Triple H is not a fucking racist. And La Familia is still in this, and now Final Testament has to go is ridiculous.
Fuck forever. Like, that's borderline crack. I'm not even gonna take. I'm not.
And Charlotte's probably got the most aura.
His words. Medals are cool. Okay, let me just go ahead and put that out of
Who likes it? He's a great promo.
What about Nick Nemeth gets me emotionally invested?
Drifting on a melody.
Y'all niggas gotta go to bed. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back and 1D short. Pause.
Whoa, hella pause. Hella pause. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the 3D Wrestling Podcast. I am the one and only, the Belt Collector. As our King Apollo would say, the brag. I am the one and only DL, right? Yeah. And here with me is the patriarch himself. That boy who be caked up on a Wednesday night for no reason. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Dre making Dre. Happy New Year's. We just got past all the holidays. Sir, how are you doing, my brother?
I am doing well, doing fantastic. Happy New Year to everybody. And what up, Nate? Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to Quick Roll Up. Happy New Year to our Instagram audience and everything else in between. But I'm doing well.
Happy New Year to my boy Dylan Wallace back in the building with us. Happy New Year to you, brother.
Dylan Wallace in the building. So yeah, we just we chilling right now. You know, literally. Well, I know y'all literally chilling because it's like fucking 7 degrees up there. It's crazy. You know.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a little bit warmer today, but you know, it is the old winter of New York as always. You know, I had to go out and buy me a nice Carhartt jacket. Keeps me warm. But ladies and gentlemen, me and Dre, we actually, obviously with the structure of the podcast now, we just kind of pick a topic and, you know, kind of just steer on that. Me and Dre actually, when I presented to him what I thought the topic should be, he actually came back with also a topic that was, you know, on the same playing field as what I wanted to talk about. So we're going to take a break from the WWE talk for this episode,
Yeah.
because we're going to get into the moments outside of WWE, those moments that caught attention. That's where Dre wanted to go. And where I wanted to go was the crazy, insane indie boom between like 2015 to 2019, up until basically AEW started. And, the Bullet Club takeover of the wrestling world. So, Dre, moments outside of WWE, I think a great place to start with this topic, given what we have going on with this week, well, tomorrow night with their new TV deal starting and their pay-per-view on Saturday.
Mhm.
I think a great place to start would be 2002 TNA.
Crazy place to start, but it's definitely a place to start. So when TNA first, so I was actually,
Wait, let me preface. I was more so going outside of the mainstream. That's why I wasn't
yeah.
really going to like the WCWs, the pop, like, and keeping it more modern to not hit the territory eras. So that's why I picked 2002 TNA to start.
Yeah. So I can understand 2002 TNA because I was under the impression I was watching this program. I think it was like one of them $6 pay-per-views back in the day. And the main event was Jeff Jarrett versus front row Nathan Jones. No, actually, I'm sorry. It was Scott Steiner versus front row Nathan Jones. And I was under the impression that was TNA. It was not. It was some other organization at that point in time. But it had AJ Styles in it. It had Jeff Jarrett in it. It had other TNA people that would be inside of TNA during that time. So when I saw TNA, I thought it was the same organization. I'm like, where the fuck is Nathan Jones at? Because he wasn't in WWE yet. But anyway,
NWA TNA.
And yeah, NWA TNA, 2002 TNA, like watching those moments and watching the early stuff of Abyss. Shout out to the WWE Vault, by the way, because I know we're not supposed to WWE, but like they are unlocking gems that I've never seen, or stuff that I just forgot about in general. So like seeing the early days of Abyss, was good, Jay. The early days of Abyss before James Mitchell, seeing him being crowded around by this random woman with red hair and have no clue who the hell she is. Like it's just things like that. But obviously the biggest thing to come out of 2002 TNA was the birth of the main event of AJ Styles. Because
yes, sir.
Even then, I don't even know
Nathan, don't you fucking worry, Nate. We gonna get there, baby.
We're gonna get there. I don't even know how old AJ was during that time, but don't matter. That man was still hella gifted, hella young, just
hella homophobic.
Hella homophobic from Gainesville, Georgia. Can't tell him shit. You can't tell him shit.
Man, yeah, go ahead.
That man could go in the ring like no other, like utterly insane.
My first showing of TNA was actually, interestingly enough, Chris Rock came out with a movie called Head of State back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a part where, he Head of State's movie, basically he's going around, he's a black dude from some random place running for president. And there was a scene where he's in the ring, a wrestling ring that says NWA TNA, and it's Road Dogg and Ron Killings. And I'm like, what is this? What's happening here? So right there, I was like, okay, like that was weird. Like I was like, oh, they created this whole weird wrestling company for this movie. Cool, whatever. So back in like the Kaza, LimeWire, Morpheus days, all of that, I was like downloading like, compilation videos and stuff. And one came up that had TNA in it. And I was like, okay. And it was like this AJ Styles compilation video. And I was like, let's see what this is. And I saw this comp video of AJ, and this was probably like 2000, late 2003, maybe early 2004. And that was my first exposure to it for real. And I was like, wow. I was like, this shit is amazing. I was like, holy shit. And it was like comps with like AJ versus Amazing Red and AJ versus X-Pac and AJ versus Jeff Jarrett and all this stuff. So I was like, I gotta find who this AJ Styles guy is. So then that dived into finding more TNA stuff and finding like the X Division stuff and finding the first X Division title match with the 4 people and like the all that shit. And yeah, man, that was my first exposure, and I was like, this is the shit. I was like, this is amazing. And I was like, I looked at AJ and I was like, that dude looks familiar. He's got a very familiar name. And I was like, I don't know where he's from. And then later to find out, I was like, oh, that motherfucker was in WCW. Oh, he was on Heat, Sunday Night Heat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, especially at that time, it was so different. You want to talk about like companies being the alternative? Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. That shit was fire. I was like, this is alternative. Like, holy shit, these motherfuckers is wrestling. And AJ being like a NWA world champion, and Jeff Jarrett being like the biggest heel in the fucking world, and Vince Russo being a piece of shit. And that early TNA, I was like, yo, this early TNA was so sick. And that's when I really followed like heavy on AJ Styles' career. And like, that was when I was like, this guy is just, and now he is the 4th head on my Mount Rushmore of all time. Loved it.
Phenomenal.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought me growing up, there was no wrestling companies outside of WWE and WWF WWF and like WCW when I was a kid. I was born in 91. I wasn't around for the territories. So those were the only 2 companies. There wasn't a bunch of wrestling companies. And everyone who wrestled in WWF, they only wrestled there, and they never wrestled a day in their life outside of it. All right? When I was a kid. Like, it didn't happen. Everybody only wrestled there, and that was it. That was the final straw. So I remember watching, like, when they used to do the wrestlers documentaries and stuff, and I was like, oh, shit, these people wrestled before it. What? Stone Cold was wrestling over here? What? He was in WCW? What the fuck? What's going on here? So, yeah, it was weird, like, finding wrestling outside, because obviously, as kids, like, we're just so zoomed in on, like, WWF is the only thing, especially after the invasion. The only wrestling company in the world was WWF. I ain't know nothing about no Japan. Ain't know nothing about that. But TNA was that first exposure outside of WWF, and yeah, man. Once I got locked in on TNA, especially those early years, the Ultimate X match and just, Monsters Ball, and it was just such a great alternative to the WWF, because them boys was wrestling.
And shout out TNA, because they still cooking. They should have been gone a long time ago.
TNA is that little brother that just ain't going away. Like,
they got stomped on numerous times, and they still kicking right now to even have a rebirth. But real quick, I'm gonna say this really, really quick, because I know we talk about TNA, and I know we're going big moments outside of WWE. The reason I brought up this, because I was watching, shout out to the Vault again, the birth of the NWO, because I've just always wondered in my mind, how do we get from Hogan, Hall to Nash to 66 other niggas in here? Like, I don't know where everybody else came from. And then all of a sudden you skip to an interview with X-Pac, who's in the crowd. And then all of a sudden I see Virgil wearing an NWO shirt. So you still really don't get a reason why these people just popped in. They just showed up. Brutus Beefcake, aka the Booty Man.
Nigga, that was the next thing out of. I didn't even realize that was Brutus Beefcake until about 4 years ago.
The Booty Man. Why do they call him the Booty Man in the first place?
Bro, I had no idea that was Brutus Beefcake until about 4 years ago. Not even kidding. Had no clue.
Showed up with a birthday cake. The Booty Man with a birthday cake. And then they proceeded to beat the shit out of him. Just shut up.
Bro, yeah, like, and when I look at, because obviously you asked about, the biggest factions and all that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, the NWO was super popular. Yes, people still wearing NWO merch today. But there was way there was a longer period of the NWO being weird and shitty than there was of it being great.
Yeah, so
it's way longer.
It just didn't make any sense at all. I just really wanted to dive deep into, because I was always a WWF guy. I never was WCW. So I was like, let me look and see if, WCW has some hidden gems. No, it was fucking trash. It made no sense at all. You had main events in a steel cage where Sting came down, Macho Man just clotheslined him for no reason, left, and then that was the end of the pay-per-view. If I was a fan watching WCW back then, I would be pissed off. What does this mean? What happened? So I just want to say, for all you people who chose WCW back in the day, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. There's no reason why. Yeah, they had all the stars.
The only reason why is the cruiserweights. That's the only reason.
That's it. Yeah, you had your big stars, but they just didn't know how to book for shit. Shit did not make sense. It was all over the place. It looks like what we talk about with AEW now. So if you was a WCW fan, I question everything you got to say from this point forward. That's all I want to say.
That's all. So now we cleared that up. Big moments outside of the WWE. Let's see, where do we start? I mean, I was trying to maybe go in chronological order, but fuck it, it really doesn't matter.
Sorry, I bounced around real quick. Pause.
No. When I go to big moments, I will start with the Triple Threat Ultimate X match, the greatest triple threat match of all time, as we all know, Dre.
100%.
Unbreakable 2005.
Yes. Yeah.
Unbreakable 2005. Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles. I never seen anything like that before. It was beautiful. Magnificent. The only 5-star Meltzer match in TNA history.
It's to this day still?
To this day. Oh, wait, nope. That's a lie. I think Will Ospreay and Mike Bailey got one together. I believe that happened.
It's pretty much an AEW match.
Yeah, exactly. So, of TNA talent, yeah, still the only one. When I watched that match, Dre, I thought I knew about wrestling at the time. I'm 14. I'm like, shit, I've been watching wrestling since I was born. I know everything. Nigga, when I saw that shit, I said, my whole life has been opened now. What did I just watch? What was this? The concept of the match, fantastic. The psychology of three people, I never seen the way that, because, we grew up on triple threat matches. Mostly it's like, oh, two dudes fighting over here, two dudes fighting over here, like while this one's laying out, blah, 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 blah. The way that they incorporated the three of them into the psychology and the spots in the match, we never seen that before. Like it was unbelievable the way that they constructed it, and especially it holds up to this day, still amazing. Everyone in their fucking primes, early primes, all of them just absolutely fucking incredible. Joe with the hold on him, and then AJ with the fucking spiral tap to break up the pit, bro. That was that was such an eye-opening match, bro. I was like, this is fucking nuts, man. Like, these dudes, we did not see shit like that on the WWE at all.
No.
Like, at all. So, that'd probably be my first big, that'd be where I would start with, like, a first, real eye-opening big moment outside of the WWE.
So, mine would be, so you was talking earlier about LimeWire. Downloading certain stuff off of LimeWire, making that computer a little bit slower because of stuff that you're downloading off of LimeWire.
I tried to download the Royal Rumble 2004 one time, and I got One Night in China instead. Swear to God.
Like, you're making a major risk on stuff that you open in LimeWire, so you gotta Russian roulette that shit. But with that being said, my first experience, I don't even know what I was trying to download, but I was exposed to Samoa Joe and Kenta Kobashi and Ring of Honor. And then when YouTube first came around, I saw all other matches that he had with like what was his name? The Butcher or something like I forgot his
Necro
name.
Butcher.
Negro Butcher.
Yep.
But yes, my first outside of WWE experience was Ring of Honor with matches with Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi. Chops, you think Gunter. Nate, I know you wasn't born during this time, but if you think Gunther is like the king of chops, you got to look at any match with Kenta Kobashi in it. Because,
Insane. Yeah, YouTube was a big because YouTube is where I found this compilation with like ROH, CZW, eight like the Insane Championship Wrestling. Like that's where so yeah, like 2005, like after that was when I really got into like all the other indies
mhm,
and stuff like that. So like yeah, that's when that was and like Brian Danielson and like all that shit. I'm like, yo, I was like, these motherfuckers want to die. No, Nathan, he's not insulting you. No, 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 no.
oh, I'm not saying that you literally said that.
He's saying that you weren't because you weren't alive then. He's thinking that you may not understand the way that this man Kenta Kobashi was out here chopping down trees and shit, basically, with his hands.
Literally.
So, yes, yeah. Once you get into like the ROH and the CZWs and shit, it was like, oh, this shit's on. ROH was wild, man.
Back
Wild.
then, yes, 100%. And I kind of feel bad on how ROH is now because I feel like it's not represented on what it was. Hold on, will this show? Let's see. Yeah, that's how it was, Nate. Over and over and over and over again. It's ridiculous.
Just insane. Yeah, ROH was wild, especially getting into like the Steen and Generico stuff, the regular Kenta and Brian Danielson or Kenta and fucking Tyler Black, Mr. Seth Rollins. There was some wild shit that happened down there. Steen and Generico was, and that's to say, like Steen and Generico, people love Kevin and Sammy's shit from WWE, and like even people who haven't seen it, and they're emotionally invested in that. So it's like the people, if you love that, and like especially if you've seen the ROH shit, like that Kevin and Sammy on the main roster and NXT, like it hit a little bit different. It hit a little bit different if you've been, and let's throw PWG in there as well. Like
Yeah.
that shit hits so different once you get, because then it turns into like you watching these dudes and then you're proud of them to see them get there because you're like, yo, I've been watching that motherfucker right there. Like, and that's how I felt when AJ won the WWE title for the first time. It was like, I've been with you, bro. I've been with you. Been rooting for you.
Here.
Like we've been outside. We've been outside riding that dawn for you. So I always thought that was it was discovering all this stuff outside of WWE was just fucking. There was some wild shit, and I had like a period where I was like really going hard with the indies, and I was kind of like like fuck WWE like for a while. Still watched it, but I was like, nah, fuck these guys, bro. Like this shit is trash. Like,
And it's understandable because once again, I was watching something earlier today, and it was a compilation of something in 2017 in WWE, and I'm just like, man, this was trash. Like
you would get one good thing was happening in WWE for every 8 shitty things that was happening in WWE for a long time.
And it's not like they didn't have the talent. They had 2017 Braun Strowman. They had The Miz. They had Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, like Cesaro.
Ziggler.
They had the talent.
How could you look back at No Mercy, 2017 between or 20 whatever year it was with him and Miz and the story and the Intercontinental title versus the career and you not say like, wow, he was fucking great that night? How can you even fucking deny that? I don't get it. That was a beautiful story. You didn't care at all for that?
That was a nice story.
Thank you. That's all I need to know. Continue, please.
There you go. So everyone who want to complain about the booking now just need to
Thank you, Nate.
go back to that time frame because, like I said, literally, I don't know what paper it was, a TLC pay per view. It was a random match with Braun Strowman. Looks like he was fighting everybody, and then he got put into the dumpster, and then
Bro.
he came back from the dumpster. Like, you guys need to realize how good we kind of have it now. It ain't great,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I'm just saying we could be at 2017. So
That's a fact, bro. Like, shit was horrible. So yes, like, yeah, fuck, I'll watch everything outside of WWE at this point. But that brings me to these guys behind me.
Bullet Club.
When I tell you, now, first of all, mind you, I saw the Young Bucks wrestle the Hardys in Dutchess Stadium in old Dutchess County, New York, at Wrestling Under the Stars in 2014. I'm there to see the Hardys. I don't know who the fuck these I don't really know who these young Bucks. I heard of them. I saw them on TNA. And I was like, fuck these guys. Who are these? I hate these Hardy Boy wannabes. And the match was just incredible. Absolutely incredible. And mind you, I was with my mans, my best friend, my right-hand mans. And me and him the whole night, yeah, fuck these young bucks. Nigga, fuck these dudes. And then I kept seeing things and I was like, you know what, let me dabble in this a little bit. Because I realized that was when I realized that they were part of Bullet Club, and I knew what the Bullet Club was, and I knew AJ was doing, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So I'm like, I start watching them, I'm like, these niggas kind of nice. Like, this Bullet Club shit. I was like, these dudes, I went and told my man, so I'm like, yo, you remember that Young Bucks team? I'm like, bro, they're great. He's like, no, the fuck they're not. Fuck that. He didn't want to hear it. He did not want to hear it. And then I got their ROH DVDs, and I got surgery and I was recovering, and I watched them DVDs front to back, and I was like, this is the greatest tag team in the fucking world now. I'm all in on this Bullet Club shit. I love AJ, love Bullet Club. I wanted all the Bullet Club merch. And then we get to Kenny Omega. When I tell you, when we got to, 2016, and AJ was leaving and all that, and Kenny Omega took over the Bullet Club, I was all in. This is the greatest faction in the fucking world. I'm ordering shit from Japan. I'm ordering shit from Rev Pro. I'm going bananas. Give me all this Bullet Club shit. I want all of it. Watched Kenny all the way through that G1 in 2016. So this nigga's the best wrestler on the fucking planet, bro. There's not a better wrestler than this guy. And then seeing that, and then I start to go, I go back and I watch the early shit in his career, like before the Bullet Club, because I wasn't really I saw like random ROH things, but I didn't see like his Golden Lovers run. I didn't see his Super Juniors run, all that shit. So I don't think you guys understand when I tell you that the way I was locked in on this Bullet Club shit, bro, like I'm talking head to ankles. I was out here in Bullet Club. Bullet Club hat, Bullet Club shirt, Bullet Club pants, Bullet Club socks, baby. Like I was locked the fuck in. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was hitting every indie event I could go to. I was doing everything I could to see. I saw Kenny Omega wrestle Ray Phoenix in the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in fucking Poughkeepsie, New York. And I fucking touched his arm, and I just said, holy shit, I touched him. Fucking Kenny Omega. That man, Kenny, opened up my eyes into a whole different world of how I look at wrestling. And as Nate said earlier, Nate talked about the 2 out of 3 falls match between Kenny and Okada. Now, mind you, I watched boy, don't even get me started. I got bins full of that shit. I watched Kenny fight through the entire G1 in 2016. I watched him go on to lose to Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. Watched him go on to have the draw with Okada at Dominion. And then I watched him go on to beat Okada in the G1 2017. So now when I tell you, and this is going to sound wild coming from me. Everyone knows Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. My emotional investment for Kenny to get that IWGP championship was as close to my investment of Shawn Michaels and like Jeff Hardy winning the WWE championship.
Wow.
Like, that's how important it was to me. Was for Kenny to get, because like I said it on this show, when that boy Kenny in Japan, I've said it, and I quote, that nigga gets busy in that ring. He gets busy in that ring. That boy get it shaking in there with niggas. Okay? Let me tell you. So, yeah, I woke up live to watch that 2 out of 3 falls. Sleepy as hell. I don't know if I've ever seen a better wrestling match than that. I really don't know. It was just amazing. It was absolutely, I don't know if I've seen a better match than that personally. That might, oh damn, my bad. That might be my favorite match
Of all time?
of all time. Might be. Let me just say that. Kenny's incredible. He's coming back tonight. Yes, he is. That boy Kenny is about to come and do his damn thing. Get him one last title run, please. Kenny Omega is just, man, is special. He's just special. And he is a wrestler of his own caliber. And there's not many that could fuck with Kenny in that ring. I'm sorry. And let me just make this clear, because I've said it so many times. Because people always want to be like, Ospreay this, Ospreay that. Ospreay is fantastic. But you see one Ospreay match, you've seen all Ospreay matches. Not trying to be rude. I love Will Ospreay. I enjoy watching Will Ospreay's matches. But I don't get that. I don't get super like, it's like, all right, we're about to see some cool shit. I was fucking foaming at the mouth to make sure Kenny was going to get that fucking world title. All Kenny's matches just with Okada, 4 of them. I don't count that 5th one, sorry. The 4 of them are all different matches. And they all tell different stories. Ospreay, for the most part, goes in and has the same match with people. They are great. They're amazing. But I go back to watch Kenny matches for the feeling. I don't go back to watch a lot of Will Ospreay matches because it's like, I'm going to just see it again. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
I do love him, though. I do love Will Ospreay. I do.
So with that being said, with the emergence, I won't say emergence because obviously Bullet Club had 2 leaders before Kenny. I asked this question to Daniel. I'm gonna ask this question to everyone else who's watching as well too, because like I said, I watched the beginning of NWO and all that type of stuff, and I watched the recount of the emergence of the Bullet Club with Finn Balor, Prince Devitt at the point in time, Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, to Balor leaving, and then AJ Styles coming in literally like the same night and shit like that.
Like
which
passing in the night.
Which is fucking amazing, by the way. And AJ Styles beating Okada, like, it's crazy. But anyway,
bro, that shit was so crazy, bro.
like, which faction between the NWO or the Bullet Club had more of an impact?
Ladies and gentlemen, like I've told Dre, for me personally, and this is just me personally, I'm not hating on whatever your decision is. For me, it's the Bullet Club. I'm gonna be honest. NWO is probably not even in my personal like. They are a top 5 faction of all time. I will say they're not in my top 5 factions of all time personally.
Really?
No, like just for me, like I have it's like the Mount Rushmore of WWE and like my Mount Rushmore of WWE. I understand that the Mount Rushmore of WWE is probably Bruno, Hogan, Austin, Cena. That's just business wise. That's probably the Mount Rushmore of the WWE, which is fine. That's cool. Not my Mount Rushmore. I understand that the NWO will probably be on like the Mount Rushmore or the top 5 of factions in wrestling. Cool. They're not in my top 5. They were cool. It was all right. Bullet Club is in my top 5 factions easily. I loved that faction. What they were doing, what they built, how they got there, how you would watch an NXT takeover and Bullet Club shirts are all in the fucking audience. How they had their shirts in Hot Topics and then they got their own Funko Pops and they did all this without a machine behind them. Everybody, Bullet Club was almost cult-like once. Like you walk around, I walk around with my Bullet Club shirt, random ass nigga grocery shopping, yo, too sweet, bro. And I'll be like, yeah, too sweet, bro. Like it's a movement, bro. It was a movement. That 2016 to 2019 Bullet Club was on fire. Like they just and everyone who had the shirt that you held up, and then everyone got like their own like custom versions of that. Like I bought all them bitches, bro. I had stock in Pete and pro wrestling tees at a point. I was dropping paychecks over there. Yes. My man Christopher Lee, he my man from upstate, wrestling fan as well. We were both in New Orleans for WrestleMania, and he commented and said New Orleans and Dallas had more Bullet Club tees than some WWE wrestlers, and that's a fact, bro. Like I went to every takeover that was ever held at the Barclays, all 5 of them, and just the sea, and that's how it even started. Like they asked them, they're like, "Oh, who's the Bullet Club?" Like we want to put their shit in stores, and like Hot Topic said that to WWE, and they're like, "No, they're not with us." Like that movement was fucking crazy. And then Cody joining, and then Cody being a heel, and then Cody turning on fucking Kenny, and then we got this civil war, and then it leads to the Golden Lovers getting back together, which then leads to my favorite tag team match of all time. Man, I miss that feeling. It was fucking sick, bro. It was, oh man.
So the reason I asked that question is because, well, Dylan Wallace on Instagram also said NWO didn't make any stars. That's a whole fact. That's a very valid point.
You had 11 niggas in there and nobody did nothing.
Like they didn't make any stars at all, but NWO definitely fell off after a while. And I didn't even know the Wolfpack was only around for like 6 months, which that's crazy. Like I didn't know it was that short of a time frame.
I like the Wolfpack way more than Black and White.
But there is
an
argument.
Song was crazy.
Produced by Jimmy Hart, or the lyrics was written by Jimmy Hart, which is crazy.
Rapped by C Murda.
But the argument was that Bullet Club, after a certain while, fell off like the NWO. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I mean, every kind of faction falls off after a while, except the Shield. But
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. My man, let's see what Guido we got. Guido said NWO. Anything with the Hardley boys just ain't it for me.
the Harley Boys is crazy.
What are you? We're not talking about the fucking Hard. What?
He said the Heartless.
Oh,
About
the
the young.
Hardley boys. He's calling he hates the Young Bucks. He's not a fan at all of the Young Bucks.
It's hilarious.
But that's a horrible reason to pick the NWO. But whatever. He probably picking NWO from Bret Hart's run in the NWO. That's probably what did it for him. Yeah. My man Chris Lee said NWO was fine until they added every Tom, Dick, and Harry to the group, like Horace Hogan. Come on now. Seriously though, it was like when you look back on it, like when I look back and think about the NWO, I think about Hall showing up, Nash showing up, Hogan turning heel, and then like them being cool for a couple months and like spray painting the truck and killing Rey Mysterio and shit. But that's really it though. Everything else is like, that's not going to work for me, brothers, and finger pokes of dooms and shit.
He kept throwing trash in the ring.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't really, the NWO wasn't it for me. Like, they were cool. I understand the impact, but for me personally, like, I was just so enamored with the Bullet Club. And I almost feel like for how poppin' they were getting for being outside of the WWE even added more to it for me. Cause it's like, look at this grind, bro. Look at what y'all doing. And the fact that they had different companies on lock. Like we over here in Japan, Kenny's over here running shit in Japan, Adam Cole's on top over here in Ring of Honor, like, and then every fucking independent in between.
Well, Scott Norton, while in NWO, was in New Japan. I think he was champ during that time too. So then you had Chono doing stuff over there, and
bro,
the fake
stop.
I'm just saying. They
did you know who Chono was back then?
Yeah, because of WCW versus the World. That was it.
Oh,
that was it.
That's how I knew who the great Sasuke was. Like that's how I knew who he was. He was in He was in W. Yeah, he was in versus.
Look, I'm not choosing NWO. I'm just saying they did some of the same stuff too. They just didn't do it better.
Niggas wasn't on it like that, bro. I mean, I guess they were. I can't say that, but I don't know, bro. Yeah, I was so enamored with the Bullet Club. I was so locked in on every tier too, because you had like, you had the Hangmans who's still young, building up. You had, and I don't give a. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it fucking without any sort of redaction. That boy Marty Scurll was cooking when he was in that Bullet Club, okay? And I'm going to say it right here. Marty Scurll was fucking incredible when he was in the Bullet Club, all right? Cody out here getting some personality, becoming somebody, fucking building himself up. Like, come on, son. Come on. Guido, which one had a more negative impact is a good question, too. Negative impact is NWO. That's not even close. The Bullet Club led to AEW. The Bullet Club built the fucking company. Did it have a negative impact on Japan and on the indies? Sure. If you want to say that. Sure.
That's tough. I mean, yeah, NWO did a whole lot of dumb shit, booking wise. Hulk Hogan, creative control, stupid. Pinning Sting, stupid. Adding every Tom, Dick, and Harry, stupid. NWO 2000, stupid. But it's hard to say that
personally.
Like, it's just hard to say that. I mean, Bullet Club, it's tough. They did kind of monopolize a whole lot of shit. But at the same time,
said flippy style and exposing the biz, bro. WWE Unreal is out. It don't get no more exposed in the biz than that. Okay? It don't.
It said Bullet Club built AEW in an undisputed era, ran
yeah.
NXT. It's not even close.
Christopher Lee, you know I love you and you know you my mans, bro. I know this topic is outside of WWE. Black and Gold, NXT, and Dre, I don't want to hear your shit because you're friends with fucking with the 2.0 people, and I remember you were trying to make a case for them and all that bullshit. Black and Gold NXT was the greatest NXT run.
First of all, we're way past 2.0 at this point. We're at like 5.0.
Yeah, but they're still over there hanging out and stuff. But anyway, Undisputed Era.
They're on the main roster now, actually.
Yeah, whatever, nigga. Undisputed Era put NXT Black and Gold on their back and ran with that shit. Adam Cole is the greatest Black and Gold NXT superstar to ever fucking walk across the stage. Point blank, period. I will debate anybody on that fact. I do not care. Adam Cole was the greatest NXT champion there ever was. Adam Cole has the greatest catalog in NXT. No. Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era was just running shit, and they're the greatest faction to ever even. They're in my top 5 factions of all time.
So Cole is over Gargano and Ciampa?
As singles?
Yeah.
Yes. I will say this. I believe that Gargano Ciampa in New Orleans is the best match in NXT Black and Gold history. That I will say. But as far as a catalog just carrying the company, all that shit, it's Adam Cole. It's Adam Cole, and it's not close. I'm sorry. Let's see. Dylan Wallace said, I agree on Adam Cole for sure. And my man Chris Lee, we were both there. He said the Adam Cole debut in Brooklyn was deafening, one of the biggest pops I've ever been a part of. Nigga, when I tell you that I left that TakeOver Brooklyn, I yelled Adam Cole, baby, at least 137 times before that night was over. And I was there with my Bullet Club Adam Cole, baby shirt. I'm like, oh, he's coming. That nigga's coming. I know he gonna be here. It was incredible. So yes, I think that what the Bullet Club has done for the wrestling business, created companies, got people ready to go to WWE and all that stuff. If Cody didn't go to join the Bullet Club, he would have never even came back to the WWE, and I firmly believe that. I think
you think if he never joined the Bullet Club, he never would have came back to WWE?
Correct.
I mean, yes. Cody was trying to do something. You know, it wasn't like
he was trying. He had the drive.
Yeah, it wasn't like he wasn't doing nothing. He tried to do TNA, and then he popped up in Ring of Honor and stuff like that.
TNA was weird.
It was, especially with Moose and fucking Mike Bennett and stuff like that.
But, that's what I'm saying, bro. That shit was weird. He got with the Bucks and like, yeah, we're gonna give you some character, Cody. All right, you're gonna make a star out of you.
But when he started
with the big dogs.
But when him and Brandy started running around with that Ring of Honor ring, like that's when he started doing his dumb shit.
Absolutely.
Like Christopher Daniels and Dalton Castle and all this other stuff. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, it did catapult. So
Chris Lee, once again, his heel turn put him on the map, and he showed he was more than a goofball, and he needs to do it again. Yes, I do believe that one. Here's the thing. Cody's a heel. Cody's a heel through and through.
Watching those old clips, 100%.
Nigga, I'm telling you, I understand that people. I'm not tired of Cody. I think Cody's just he is like, I've never minded the white meat baby face. I know some people don't like the white meat baby face, which is cool. It is what it is. But let me tell you, when Cody turns heel, I'm going to say it now. Whatever he does, I think it'll be a top 5 heel turn of all time. I think when Cody turns heel, it'll be a top 5 heel turn of all time.
The only problem in them pulling the trigger on Cody not turning heel, just the same reason of why they never turned John Cena heel all them years. We don't have another white meat baby face to take that top spot.
Absolutely. Somebody got to step the fuck up.
It can't be Roman Reigns, can't be Drew McIntyre. CM Punk is 47.
No.
LA Knight, whatever.
So in honor of Duran, I know he's gonna be sad. He's not here because when we talk about this stuff. Lucha Underground. I thought Lucha Underground was so fucking cool. That shit was a Lucha Libre telenovela, my nigga. I was like, yeah, let's do it. We got people getting killed off the shows. Motherfuckers out here with magical powers and shit. We got the Hefe being a dickhead. And we had great wrestling involved. And it was seasons. Lucha Underground, bro, was so fucking good. Yo, I thought it was incredible. Motherfuckers playing like legit like character. They had Joey Ryan playing like a policeman and all this shit, bro. Niggas had mythical powers on there, son.
Like legit.
Like legit. The Monster Matanza. I will never forget that, bro. Coming out that cell, motherfucker came into that Ultima Lucha. Nigga doing shooting star press. Yo, the tour of the islands. I was like, what is this move? Bro. Brian Cage and Lucha Underground. Fucking killing it. Prince Puma. Johnny Mundo.
Yep.
Fucking Penta and Phoenix. Bro. Penta versus Io Sky in fucking Lucha Underground. Penta versus fucking what's her goddamn Chelsea Green in Lucha Underground, bro. Come on, son. Swerve and fucking and AR Fox in, bro. Lucha Underground was so fucking goated, like it, and it holds up today. The Gift of the Gods concept was fucking incredible. Yeah, bro, that shit was crazy. The dramatic telenovela cutscenes in the back, the way they were shot. My goodness.
And since we,
yes, Del, that's what I was talking about, baby. Penta versus Io Sky, bro. The way that Penta was out here disrespecting women in Lucha Underground was fucking crazy. It was crazy. Ooh, man. What else you got for me, Dylan? What you got? Penta versus Chelsea is Chelsea's best match. Easily. Christopher Lee said people flying off of everything inside. Yo, that nigga in Helico, when they had that ladder match, and he came dipping off of on top of the office and just ran and nigga did the drop kick to the dude on the left. Yo. Niggas dove off everything in Lucha Underground. Oh my God.
Lucha Underground was what that show on MTV was supposed to be.
Wrestling Society X.
100%. That's literally what it is.
Wrestling Society X.
That shit was chaotic.
Seth Rollins was on there.
Was he?
Yeah.
Fuck Teddy Hart. I just want to say that. Just want to get that out of the way.
There's a Peacock. There's a documentary about Teddy Hart on Peacock, and if you have not watched it, you should watch it, and it's fucking disturbing. Very disturbing. What do you say?
On Teddy Hart is disturbing?
Yes.
Of course. Fucking
yes.
Wasted time.
Pretty sure he got away with murder, but yes.
Goddamn.
What the fuck? Okay. Corey said I literally came in here to say one thing. It be controversial. All right, Ebonics ass nigga. But Braun Breaker so be the only one allowed to use the spear. I will not argue that because what he did to Dragon Lee should have landed his ass in jail anyway. Just saying.
Jake Strong, Jack Swagger.
Yes. Everybody was popping up. Paul London was popping up in there. We had Luchasaurus up in there looking like the Undersnaker. That's what I like to call him back in the day. Called him the Undersnaker when he was in Lucha Underground. We had that No Mas match with Sexy Star and the Mariposa. That was fucking that was an amazing match. Yeah, bro. Rey Mysterio and Ricochet or Prince Puma. That was fun. Here you go already, nigga. Match was fun,
whatever.
Yeah, Lucha Underground was so sick. And yeah, I got to give a shout out to PWG. PWG had some amazing matches there. There is my favorite PWG match is the Elite. Oh, sorry, the Super Click of Cole and the Bucks versus Ospreay, Ricochet, and Matt Sydal. That was just, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Yeah. So shout out PWG for having some fucking amazing matches too in that little fucking VFW, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, Lucha Underground was fucking so good. Just so good.
Real quick, because I know we winding down in our hour time frame. And since we talk about moments outside of WWE, we have to give out a shout out to the one and only EC fucking W. Because without ECW, a lot of the shit that we watching nowadays and Lucha Underground and all that type of stuff will probably not be around.
ECW was the Napster of pro wrestling, as Uncle Bully Ray likes to call it. And me and my brother just had this conversation about catching ECW at like 1 a.m. when we were kids. Like, it's like we knew, like, it's like we ain't supposed to be watching this right now, but we gonna watch it. It was insane. The violence. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I was just so mind blown. And I didn't watch a lot of it, but like the shit that I caught, wow. Like, and I never knew when it was on.
Not only the violence, just the storylines. They had actual storylines too. So
I think what, Raven and Tommy Dreamer went for like 3 fucking years?
Forever. And this nigga Tommy Dreamer could never beat Raven at all.
Tommy Dreamer is fucking one of the greatest baby faces in all of fucking ECW. That's it.
Shane Douglas, like
throwing down that belt.
He said, sneaking that shit on at 1 a.m. acting like you sleep.
Nigga, bro. I'm telling you, son. Like, it was crazy. Dylan Wallace with the rest in peace Sabu, bro. Yeah, bro. And the cruiserweights at ECW. Come on, son. And think about what we got. We got Stone Cold. Was really the birth of Stone Cold started in ECW.
Stone Cold, Mick Foley, got his little break.
That Kane Dewey promo.
Terry Funk getting his second and probably third fucking run and whatnot.
I'd say 7th. Yes, bro. Yeah, New Jack just being just evil.
And the Sandman being literally the first one out here drinking beer like it's nothing. Smoking cigarettes and drinking beer on the way to the ring during the match and all this extra shit before Stone Cold even thought about it.
Oh, yeah, Brian Pillman up in there. Brian Pillman is so underrated. Brian Pillman's so underrated, and he had such a ceiling. He had such like it was that man would have fucking broke barriers if he didn't die. I truly do believe that. I think he would have been fucking amazing if he did not die. But yeah, ECW was fucking nuts. Like the tables, and then when the Dudley Boys came to WWE, I said, "Oh, who let these niggas in here?" Because I remember watching Raw in '97 when like RVD and them was showing up, and like I remember RVD and like Jeff Hardy on the Monday Night Raw, and he was like Mr. Monday Night. I'm like, what the fuck are these niggas doing here? Like they don't go here. Yeah, that was crazy, bro. That was crazy. Yeah, man, it's wild how much, and it's crazy because like it's still the same thing today, honestly, where there's like there's so many people who watch WWE who don't even who don't know or care about anything outside of it. And it's wild because it changes, and that's the thing. It's like you can't talk wrestling with just anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, think about the amount of fans and people who had negative things to say about AJ and Gunther from this past Monday. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the people who have negative things to say about that, or people who have negative things to say about Gunther in general, it's like y'all just don't know ball at the end of the day. Because and it is a thing, like WWE, like they kind of they train the mind to like, this is what pro wrestling is and nothing but this. Christopher Lee said, I like wrestling outside of WWE because D-Wright, he said you have to watch this shit, and I did. I'm telling you, bro, I was all in on it. I was just telling I was riding that flag of fuck WWE for years. Like I was riding the high, like, yeah, fuck WWE. You need to go watch it. Go look up Kenny Omega. Go look up Shibata, bro. All right. Go watch Zack Sabre Jr. over there. All right. Go watch Progress. I was heavy on Progress for a while.
Yeah.
I had a problem. And I was all in on Progress Wrestling, bro. I was wilding on that Progress for a while. That shit had me so hooked. Like, and I went to see Progress in Queens, and I saw Walter versus Matt Riddle in a hot ass gymnasium in there, and it was one of the greatest days of my fucking life. It was incredible. So, yes, shout out Progress. I almost left them out of this whole fucking conversation. I was very, very heavy into that. What do we got here? All right, we got Shark Nasty said, it's gotten bad. I'm a diehard WWE. Lately, it's been tough, though. Yeah, I think, Christopher Lee, you were IWC now before they even knew what IWC Twitter was. I was wilding out here in these streets. I ain't gonna hold you. Anytime I saw somebody talking, I'm like, you don't even know what real pro wrestling is, bro. All right? You only watch the WWE. Like, I was on that. I was definitely on that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can admit that as a man. I was talking shit there. I was like, yeah, you watch that WWE shit. You don't watch real pro wrestling. All right? You didn't watch anything from the G1 this year. I was wilding. It's like, do you even know what the New Japan Cup is, bro? Like, yeah, I was tweaking out here for a little bit. But it was a lot of fun, man, getting to see ROH shows at the Hammerstein. Like, yeah, bro, it was like I would go to WrestleMania and have more fun at all the events outside of WrestleMania than I did like at the actual WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like New Orleans. I really don't remember much from that WrestleMania, from 34. I remember AJ and Shinsuke not living up to what I wanted it to be. And I remember Charlotte and Asuka, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the Ronda Kurt thing and like Nicholas thing. But like that WrestleMania really wasn't all that hype. Like the opening match was great. They had a great triple threat match for the Intercontinental title.
You're not gonna give the classic of Brock Lesnar beating the shit out of Roman Reigns for the 5th time?
No, that shit was trash. Guido said D-Wright has a way of bringing the I used to watch to did you see what happened better than anybody. Yes, Guido, yes, Christopher Lee's bringing up what Wrestling Under the Stars. Yes, incredible. Guido was someone who did not watch, and I met him. We worked for the same music store. Shout out Alto Music. We met. He worked in the other store in Middletown. I worked in the Wappinger store, and we were drum guys. And we found out each other liked wrestling. Guido's a Bret Hart guy. I'm a Shawn Michaels guy. So, mind you, at this point, I never even seen the man in the flesh. Just on the phone pals who work together in separate locations. And I'm arguing with this man on the phone at the front of Alto Music by the front door on the phone, going back and forth with him about why Sean's better. And he's giving his opinion. And we're like legitimately arguing. Like to the point where like he called me at the store the next day and was like, I might have gotten a little out of line yesterday. He's like, and I'm sorry.
Just a little bit.
Like we was wilding on each other. And like, and then so yeah, I was like telling him about getting him back in, and I told him about all the started with like the NXT Black and Gold stuff, and then like the outside the Indies, and then AEW, and he was a CM Punk guy, so then he came back and yada yada yada, got his ass roped right back the fuck in. It was incredible. So yeah, that Wrestling Under the Stars shit. That's where I saw Christian Casanova, who went on to become Carmelo Hayes.
AKA
him. So yeah, I'll tell you, and that's the thing. That's what was so dope about going to all these events outside of the WWE is because you see these people and then you watch them grow and then they make it there, and it's like nigga, I saw you wrestle in front of 250 people. It's like, and here you are now. Look at you. Like that, and it's amazing. It's amazing, like that indie atmosphere, bro. And like now Poughkeepsie's got a new the indie that's been popping. They got Kerry and Nathaniel Cross coming to the next one. Shout out to Awesome Championship Wrestling, holding it down, bringing wrestling back to the Mid-Hudson Civic Center. I refuse to call it by its new name.
Shout out to Ron, who randomly saw David Arquette in Dunkin' Donuts. He called me just to tell me that.
Oh yeah, and then the last time they were here, he had Tommy Dreamer in Dunkin' Donuts.
Yep. So yeah, they shout out to them. They're doing great work. Yeah, they got Killer Nathaniel Cross coming to their next event. So yeah, man. Indie wrestling, man. It was what was it? Northeast Wrestling. Mm-hmm.
I saw in Poughkeepsie, I saw Darby Allin versus Penta in there. And it was incredible. I saw fucking Kenny and Ray Phoenix in there. It was fucking great. And it was just, yeah, man, you watch this shit, like you see these people and it's like, they're gonna do something. So I think that a lot of outside shit definitely is not the same. Like even AEW, present day AEW is not the same as oh yeah, Chris Lee. I talked about that earlier, that Bucks and the Hardys at Dutcher Stadium. I do think AEW, their World's End pay-per-view was incredible. I will definitely say that. I think their event was great. Their pay-per-views are always great. They're not tying me in fully with like getting back on a must-watch week-to-week basis. But I do think that they are headed in a better direction. But that beginning AEW, bro.
Serious.
That beginning AEW where these motherfuckers pulled 20,000 plus at Arthur Ashe for the first Grand Slam. Yeah, man. It was that early AEW was special. That shit was different. Like, you had to be there. That first Grand Slam with Kenny versus Bryan. Goodness gracious. That yeah, man. I went to the Full Gear. I went to the first Dynamite. And yeah, man, it was a movement. It was so hyped in the beginning, bro. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get another boom period. Who knows? But yeah, definitely advise people. Check out some old TNA stuff if you get the chance. Check out some Bullet Club stuff between 2013 and 2019 ish.
100%.
And for those of you who have not like seen Finn's Bullet Club run, I
Go back and watch it.
highly suggest you go watch it. Particularly, I would say any of his Wrestle Kingdom matches for the IWGP title or junior heavyweight title. There's a great match between him and Kenny Omega from one of the best of the Super Juniors in 2013. And he's got a great match with Shinsuke Nakamura that they had over there. But yeah, look up his promo work. Finn was a fucking bad man in Japan. So definitely check that out. Check out some older Kenny stuff. Check out the Bucks stuff from, like I said, that 2013, especially for like Kenny and the Bucks, 2016 to 2019 were like, those were the prime years, like for Kenny, the Bucks, for Adam Cole. Yeah, they were, Gorillas of Destiny. Like everybody was just on fire and hitting on fucking 100 at that time. So, oh God, I miss Progress Wrestling.
Shit, we might have to do a part 2 on this at this point, because when Duran gets in on here and talk about his Lucha Underground and shit, it's going to be a whole nother ball game and his view on Bullet Club and everything else like that. So,
oh yeah, they were fucking they were great. I was man,
because I feel like we haven't really scratched the surface of it. So, I definitely think we can do a part 2 of this.
That Bullet Club, man, I'm telling you.
Especially after we see Finn Balor versus CM Punk at Belfast this next Monday. So
yeah, bro, it was the way that Finn was out here. Finn was a demon in the Bullet Club, no pun intended. That nigga was running on demon time back then. Just real. Mad mean, holding the fuck. He was all this shit that that shit he's doing that over and over again. Come on, yeah. He used to fucking hold it to the people's heads and shit. Just, Finn was a demon. Dylan Wallace said Samoa Joe's ROH run, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Christopher Lee said D-Wright could narrate a whole documentary on YouTube about the Bullet Club. You goddamn right I could.
Shit,
you motherfucking right I could. I'm telling you, nigga, I had a Bullet Club shirt on everywhere I went. Okay? I didn't care what it was. I had Bullet Club pajamas. I got, matter of fact, where is it at? Hold on, let me get my
fucking. Only he could.
Now, mind you, let me tell you. After Bullet Club got the Hot Topic deal, I had a plug at the store. Shout out Cherie. That was my homie. She knew what I was about. She would hit me up, say, hey, are you interested in getting one of these? Because we just got this in the store. She hit me up and said, hey, we got these elite Bullet Club backpacks. Were you interested in it? I said, I'm on my way right now. And I still got it to this day.
Oh.
We rule the world. Elite backpack. Kenny Omega right there. Young Bucks there. Oh, yeah. Wore this shit. Took this shit wherever I needed to go. I was all about. I'm talking backpacks. I got the drawstring backpack that they came out with. Oh yeah, just about everything I could find. I was all in, bro. I was obsessed. I was literally obsessed. Like it was out of this world. So, but it's looking like our time is wrapping up. Thank you so much for everybody who came in. Let me make sure I got everybody's comments in here. Oh yeah, Chris said my hot topic in Albany knew me by name as well for all the Bullet Club stuff. It was such a fucking movement, man. Like it just there's really no words to put it in. Like I may have to go to my little storage unit and may have to just take a picture and post it on the 3D Wrestling Instagram page so you guys can see just how much Bullet Club shit that I actually own, because it is quite disgusting. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to being with us in the new year. We are sorry for the long hiatus. We did let y'all niggas know it was going to be a little bit, so don't be too mad. But we are back bi-weekly. You know where to find us. Make sure you're back here 2 weeks from now. Same 3D time, same 3D channel. I am the one, DL, right? Yeah. And I'm here with the greatest tag team partner of all time, this guy right here. All right? This guy, the patriarch himself, the one who you give your girl the hall pass for. Okay.
don't.
The one where you go, you know what, babe?
Here we go.
You could have one night with that guy. Not me.
That
I wouldn't do that. But
utterly insane.
yeah. See that sexy sip of chocolate milk over there?
Utterly
you can go
insane.
have a hall pass for that guy. The one and only Dre Macon, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan came back. Great show, gents. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Back in 2 weeks. We need to figure out a way to because I see Instagram, like, people can, like, request to join in. I don't think it will show up on the StreamYard, but
It shows us on Instagram. I'll find a way.
We'll see if we can start letting people, pop up for a couple minutes, get the chatting and all that stuff. We'll see what we could work out with the folks. Thank you guys again for coming in and hanging out with us and all the interactions. I'm really, Dre, I don't know about you, but I'm really loving the new structure that we have. It definitely seems that this is like the most interaction of the 3 years we've been doing this, that, we change up the structure and then we get all this wonderful interaction with the people. So this has been absolutely awesome. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks. And thank you once again. Have a great rest of your evening. And go fucking watch some old wrestling. If anything, go watch the greatest triple threat match of all time in TNA. Just throw it on. Just throw it on. Go watch it. Nate, go back and watch. Go watch Kenny Omega beat Okada and win the fucking IWGP Heavyweight Championship again. I'm going to go watch some old wrestling as well. All of you have a great night, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Do it for Martin Luther King. Peace.